ready to go? It's day 33. Capitalization. Capitalize brand names, but not the product. Their example is Peppo Pizza. So you capitalize the P in Peppo, that's the brand name, but not the P in pizza. So let's take a look at the sentence. Last Memorial Day weekend, Miss O'Reilly bought Hartwell hot dogs for her picnic at Nantucket, an island off Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And then they let us know that Hartwell is the brand name for the hot dog. So let's look at what we know. First word in the sentence is capitalized. Memorial Day is a holiday, so the M and the D are capitalized. The M in Miss would be capitalized. The O and the R in O'Reilly would be capitalized because it's someone's last name. But Hartwell, that's the brand name, so the H in Hartwell is capitalized. Hot dogs for her picnic at Nantucket. Nantucket is a place, it's an island, so it would be capitalized. An island off Cape Cod. Cape Cod is a place, that would be capitalized, the C and the C. And Massachusetts is a state, so it would also be capitalized. So your capitalization is going to look like this. Last Memorial Day weekend, Miss O'Reilly bought Hartwell hot dogs for her picnic at Nantucket, an island off Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Next, we have punctuation. Punctuation, today what we're learning or reviewing is that you are going to hyphenate closely related words or expressions, such as their example is half-baked. The hyphen goes between the two words. Use a comma to invert a name. So when you put the last name first, you use a comma to separate the last name from the first name. Their example is Bush, comma, Laura. All right, so let's take a look at the sentence in the punctuation. Joe, her father-in-law, was listed as Har Joseph, 11 Lincoln Avenue, Red Oak, Iowa, 51591. Okay, well, we're starting off with Joe, her father-in-law. There's a couple of things going on here. First of all, we're describing Joe a little bit more, and that would be an appositive. And we set off appositives with commas. The appositive is her father-in-law. So it would be Joe, comma, her father-in-law, comma. And then let's just stop right there. Father-in-law, that is a title, not needing to be capitalized, but it's like a name that would need to be hyphenated because the words are closely related. So it would be father hyphen in hyphen law. So Joe, her father-in-law, was listed as Har, comma, Joseph, 11 Lincoln Ave. Ave is an abbreviation for avenue, so it would be AVE period, comma, Red Oak, comma, Iowa, no punctuation, 51591, period. Okay, here's what it looks like. Joe, her father-in-law, was listed as Har Joseph, 11 Lincoln Avenue, see the period and the comma, Red Oak, comma, Iowa, 51591, period. There's your punctuation. All right, sentence types. Write a short imperative sentence. An imperative sentence gives a command. So that's when you would say things like, sit down, be quiet, stand up, go away, come here. Those are all examples of imperative sentences. In imperative sentences, the you that you're speaking to is understood, not said. All right, so it's just sit down, not you sit down. Sit down, stand up, go away. Those types of things are imperative sentences. Phrases and clauses. A prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and ends with an object of the preposition. The example is near the freeway. This should be definitely review for you. This should seem real familiar to you. We've done prepositions and prepositional phrases quite a bit now. A participle phrase begins with either a present participle or a past participle. Their examples are melting butter, which would be starting with a present participle, or scared badly, which would be starting with a past participle. Then they remind you of an infinitive phrase. An infinitive phrase begins with the word to plus the verb. Their example is to cry constantly, to sing incessantly, to whistle loudly, to plus the verb. And then a verb phrase is an auxiliary verb or helping verb plus the main verb. The example here is has run. If you're feeling a little rusty on verb phrases, please go to worksheet 10, day 10, and you had a list that you created of 23 helping verbs. Okay, so you can look at those and be like, oh, should is a helping verb, should sit. Could stand. Those are all verb phrases. Have eaten. That would be a verb phrase. All right, so let's look at the instructions for your practice problem here. Write the type of phrase PR for prepositional phrase, PP for participle phrase, IP for infinitive phrase, and VP for verb phrase. All right, so let's look at A, against the wind. All right, hopefully by now you recognize right away that against is a preposition because you've been working off your preposition phrase list and you realize against is a preposition. So you know that against the wind would be a PR for prepositional phrase. B, broken into pieces. Broken. That is the past tense of the verb to break. So if you're beginning a phrase with a past participle, broken into pieces, then you know that that is a PP or participle phrase. C, to gain control. Well, it says right up above that an infinitive phrase is to plus a verb. Here we have to plus a verb. So that would be an IP or an infinitive phrase. And then D is floating on the water's surface. Floating is the, is a present participle. And so we know that floating on the water's surface would be a PP for participle phrase. Okay, so the only thing that wasn't listed here, I'll show you. Here are your answers. The only thing that wasn't listed here was a VP or a verb phrase. So, bonus alert, bonus alert. Write a verb phrase. Put VP on your worksheet and create your own verb phrase. If you're not sure how to do that, again, go back to day 10. Look at your list of helping verbs, pick one helping verb, throw another verb on the end, and there you go. You got your verb phrase. Shall sleep. Would smile. There you go. Pick a helping verb, grab a main verb, and you're good to go. Last section is sentence combining. Holy moly, you have 5 sentences to combine into one. No run-ons allowed. Good luck. God bless you.